Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday Shuffle. Like always, these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may or may not resonate. So take what resonates, leave what does not. And if it doesn't resonate at all, it's perfectly normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. What's going on, please, for Scorpio? Show me Scorpio. What's going on, please, for that Scorpio collective? Show me Scorpio. What's going on, please, for Scorpio? Show me Scorpio, please. The Four of Cups, yeah. Nine of Pentacles. You're doing all right, though. The Magician, Death. You. Page of Cups. Transformative process, I believe. Something might be coming to a close, but it doesn't seem to be anything that you're not expecting either. So that's interesting. Four of Cups, disappointment, sadness, lethargy, upsetness. Fast forward a little bit, Nine of Pentacles, you're feeling better. On your own, strong, independent, upright. Okay? Current, manifesting. What you're manifesting? Don't know. We'll see. Death, there's you. Page of Cups and the outcome. You might open your heart up towards something. We'll see. I don't quite know. It's interesting, like always. Oh, there's always room for mystery in a Scorpio reading, yes? Show me that Four of Cups, please. Show me that Four of Cups. Show me that Four of Cups. Show me that Four of Cups. What's going on, please, in that Four of Cups? Now, the Four of Cups is emotional disappointment, upset, lethargy. You know, this is unbelievable. I can't accept this. This isn't good enough. It's not what I want. King of Cups, yeah, it's definitely not what you wanted. Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords. You know, you very much wanted to work through something that was painful in the past, and it wouldn't come through. Okay, your most sincere self is here with the King of Cups. The fullness of heart. There was a genuine energy in you to work through something somewhere with somebody over a situation. I don't know, work, love, you name it. Because they're both here, but whatever is correct for you as it resonates. And you're disappointed. It's like no matter how much of my heart I put into this or how much I work through it, it still hurts. It's still disappointing. It doesn't take shape. It never takes shape. No matter how open my heart is, no matter how honest I am, I'm still getting diddly squat in return. The exchange rate is not fair, right? And I put the best of myself, literally, there you are. I put the best working effort I could into this thing, and it's still disappointing. It still won't get on the same page. It still doesn't make sense. It still hurts. Why? Well, you won't really know if something's for you until you try. And when you put your best effort into it and it's still not good enough, then you have your answer. What it is you're putting so much of yourself into, I don't know. But it kept shaking out to one thing. Pain. Ending. So I know it's very tempting to get into that place of, I put my best into this, and it's still not right. It's still not fixed. Whatever that means, right? It's still not good enough. Yeah, it's not good enough. It's not good enough for you. So stop. Right? And hopefully you did. It's in the past, more or less. I'm not saying that the pain's completely gone, but the idea is there. You can't be faulted for not trying. Those are real efforts right there. I'm still disappointed. You're not getting back whatever it is you need. Whatever it is you need, you're not getting back. Four of Cups is way too small for a King of Cups. Some people can be satisfied with that low-level cup activity, and you're just not. You needed it to be more. It wasn't more, so it hurt. Okay, hopefully you knew when to stop, though. All right, some of that Nine of Pentacles, please. And it could be something to do with work. I give and give and give and give, and I'm not appreciated. Same thing in a love situation, you name it, as it resonates. It's just in this Scorpio's energy, it's a very distinct marker. That's all. You know? Let's see that Nine of Pentacles, please. Show me that Nine of Pentacles. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please, for Scorpio. Time to put all that good effort and energy back into you. Get reacquainted with your own experience and skills in your own particular garden. Okay? The Magician, Page of Wands. The High Priestess. Good. I like that. It's a great feeling for you. This is really, really good. Some time has passed and you obviously feel a lot better. Like I said, your independence is back on point. Your ability to stand on your own 2 feet was probably always there. At the rate you were putting work into this, it suggests you were already skilled to begin with. So you know how to contribute. In other words, you're like, I know what my weight is, and I know what my worth is, and I know how much I can put into things. That's what I meant by you know what your weight is. But the High Priestess and the Magician, intuitively you feel you should be summoning something, and you're open towards it. What that something is, I don't know, but it's coming from a good place in you, okay? Your most solid sense of self is saying, okay, I can open a little bit to manifesting, sure. I feel like it's right. I'm just curious about what it is you want to open up towards. Because you do have some curiosity in you. That Page of Wands, a little bit of spark. Like I said, curiosity, a little bit of passion, a little bit of hope, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit, what's that? I'm curious about that. What is that? So, your intuition says it's time. Manifestation skills are here. Not once, but twice. So let's take a look. From that good place and good standing in you, what are you trying to pull in? And how aware of it are you? You got a good feeling. But how sharp is it in your mind, you know? Let's see that Magician, please. Let's see that Magician. Show me that Magician. Show me that Magician, please. Nine of Cups, Seven of Wands, King of Wands. Okay. All I'm seeing for you is that you want to be satisfied again and that you want to have passionate drives again, but you just don't want to get carried away with it. Seven of Wands. You want to exercise healthy boundaries around strong energy. In other words, you still want to be you. You don't want to apologize for being you. You do want to increase your sense of self-satisfaction. You want to really feel your passion again and feel alive again. But this time you're showing me with a lot of caution, Seven of Wands. In other words, I still want to feel like me, and I don't want to apologize for being me. I'm an emotional creature. I'm a passionate creature. And I just want to exercise healthy boundaries, you know, but I want to be able to practice my feelings. I want to put them out there. That's what you want. Okay. It's a good landscape of feelings. I just want to love and put my passion out there. I want to feel good again, you know, but I want to do so with a sense of caution. It's not like I'm manifesting blindly. I want to be my own wish fulfiller again. And I don't want to lose drive for myself and my goals and how I feel about me. I don't ever want to lose sight of that. I want to know that I'm putting the best of myself into things that are good for me. That's why you're showing me caution, right? Because you probably felt that this was good for you, but it turned out to hurt you, despite your best effort. So you're saying, I don't want to lose my intensity. My intensity is part of who I am, right? Because here we have fire and water. A strong sense of self-fulfillment and purpose and feeling good about you, right? The best nines. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. The passion, the determination, the willpower to blaze your own particular trail. But having a steady hand in all the whole thing, you know. So you want to practice healthy manifestation. Pull in that which is good for you, right for you. Makes you feel good about you. Okay? It's non-specific. That's okay. But it does have to do with you, directly to do with you, and your own personal sense of self-satisfaction and self-fulfillment. So in a way, it will be more in your favor later, the more in tune you get with that now. And that's what you seem to be doing now. Let's see this Death, though. That's what I'm very curious about. Let's see this Death, please. Everything else in here made sense. Yeah, honestly, it's just you finding your way again. And it's a beautiful way. You show me some beautiful energy here. It's very straightforward, incredibly. So I have no doubt you will find your way. But then, why is Death here? Show me Death. Show me Death. Show me Death. Ooh. Judgment, Seven of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Wow. You have a lesson in here about confusing offers. It might have seemed good at the time, right? But it wasn't as strong as perhaps you thought it was. Something that might look solid actually isn't. It's interesting. Do not accept any offers that perhaps have the illusion of being a strong offer, a real one that actually has an opportunity to grow, but there's not enough feeling behind it to justify the ownership of that offer. Does that make sense? It's a little tricky. I know Death here. It might seem like a solid offer, but the premise of where it's coming from is undefined. It's like a very elaborate mixed signal. Here's an offer, but we don't quite know where it's coming from. We don't know the feeling behind it. We don't understand where it's coming from. So at the time, it might seem like a solid offer, but we can't understand the motivation behind it. Don't accept those. It's like, I think it's the universe's way of saying, you know how sometimes, imagine a stranger comes up to you and offers you $50,000, and you have no idea who this is. And even if you did know who they are, you'd still probably be like, what? That's the idea. Question those offers if you don't know where they're coming from. Because the Seven of Cups is confusing. It's vague. It can be options in love, 100%. But it means more than that. A lot more. That's why it's one of the murkiest cards in tarot. Other tarot readers don't tell you about that. I will. It's can be options in love, which is great. If you're looking and you know you are, then it's a perfectly appropriate interpretation. But it also stands for fantasy. It also stands for illusion. It also stands for, I have a lot of feelings, but I don't know that they're necessarily positive. It also stands for, well, I feel things towards you this way, and I feel things towards this other person this other way. And I don't really know what my feelings are. I don't want to explore them too much, so I'm trying to offer you something, but I don't really know where it's coming from. So I suppose, while some offers on the surface look shiny and solid, and that's typically why we rely on the Ace of Pentacles and Tarot to tell us what's real and valid. They're saying that even though it might have looked shiny on the surface, you had no idea where the hell it was coming from, particularly the motivation of it. And so don't accept those kind of offers. So again, would you just, somebody's offering you $50,000 on the surface, it looks fine, but you have no idea why. You know, it's like, why were you trying to give me this? You were trying to give me something, but even you didn't know where the hell it was coming from. Don't accept offers out of the blue, no matter how solid they might look. If they can't tell you why they're trying to offer you something, don't take it. You know, you ever notice people who just give stuff away and you don't know why? It's kind of like they're going to ask for something later, but you can't see it yet. That kind of thing. Why are you giving me this? Where's that coming from? And if they're like, I don't know, I don't know. I just wanted to make you something. I just wanted to give you something, get your attention. I don't know. But we don't understand the motivation because they don't understand their own motivation. In other words, you don't know where the hell it's coming from if they don't know where the hell it's coming from. So you don't really know what you're going to get ultimately or what's attached to that Ace of Pentacles. So that's not an offer that's in the free of clear. You don't really know what you're accepting if you don't know where it's coming from. It's actually quite interesting. Everything up until this point made sense. So that tells me you might have one of these vague offers coming in relatively soon. And the advice is not to accept it because you don't seem to understand where it's coming from. And I don't know if it's from the same situation where you put legit work into it and you were disappointed, or if it's the same lesson in a different disguise, which I saw for someone else. It's like, I see that when you put yourself into something, you mean it. So you know what you were offering. You know what your Ace of Pentacles is. But did you understand what the other person's offering and how sincerely they meant it? Because look at that. You see the difference here? Here's the solid offer of work coming from the best place in you. Here's the solid offer of something, but we don't know where the hell it's coming from or what it means to the other person. So this might be a person who's giving you something and they have no idea why. They don't understand where it's coming from, which means they have no emotional attachment to it. I'm just giving you this for the sake of it. I don't really know what it means. Okay, neither do I. So I shouldn't put myself into it. You see what I'm saying? It's like the validity of your work versus someone else's is very different. You put your whole heart into this and were disappointed by it, but at least you understood what the results were. This is like someone offering because they can give it away to you. It's not necessarily that it means anything. You see what I'm saying? And that could be anything, honey, in the form of an apology. I'm sorry, but if there's no substance behind it, then it's an empty apology. It's an empty offer. Do you see what I'm saying? It's the real thing. It's the solid. It's the tangible. It's a word. It's a deed. It's an action. But you can actually see it, qualify it, quantify it in the real world. If there's no substance behind it, then it's not a real offer. Because you know what you can do, so you keep that with you in comparison for good measure. Because the judgment here is a little less than Scorpio. Remember the last time you put yourself into something and you meant it and you didn't get it back and it hurt and it died or ended or whatever it was? Okay, so there's something coming up for you soon that suggests if you take this and you don't understand where it's coming from, you will assume there is some emotional motivation behind it that there isn't. Does that make sense? I mean, if somebody can give it away for free, that doesn't mean they had any attachment to it. They probably didn't. They could just give it to you for free, not because it meant anything to them. If it's a gift without substance, then it's just an object somebody could give away. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. I'm giving you this for the sake of it. Please accept it. You have no idea what you're accepting, because you don't know where it's coming from. Neither do they. It's a gift without substance. I think I had a talk with Aries about this not too long ago. I saw a parade without substance. Was that Aries? Somebody. But yeah, it's like you don't know where it's... You know where your motivation's coming from. It comes from your heart. I don't know what this person's feelings are. They could be fantasy-based for all I know. Trust me, honey. I work online. I'm on the internet. People give me gifts without substance all the time, hoping to catch my attention, and it means dick. And I would be a fool to accept it like it meant something. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference between, like, you know, good dating and bad dating. Some people will ask to date you just because you look like a certain status symbol that they want to fulfill, but there's no real substance behind it. They just want to make the offer. They don't know what the hell it means. They have no attachment to it. Therefore, you shouldn't either. So don't, in other words, whatever it is that somebody's trying to give to you in the relative future, it's your lesson to not repeat it. Don't take empty offers. Or that you don't know where the hell they're coming from. Because that tells me that's what got you into trouble back here. But it's okay. It's okay. You got back into a good place, so you remember that. Okay? It's alright. I just know that that lesson's coming up for you sooner rather than later, and you are being strongly advised to decline it. And it's like, if somebody can give it away for free, then they're not really gifting you, are they? They can just afford to part ways with it. Doesn't mean they give a shit. See what I'm saying? That's... Ooh, that was a tricky Ace of Pentacles. I don't typically see them like that, so that's... Well, that was pretty darn distinct, wasn't it? Yeah, if someone can give it away for free and it doesn't mean anything to them, then it's not really a gift, is it? Because I'm not thinking about you. It's like, I can give you this because I can. It's not because I actually care. It's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Somebody showed me something very, very similar. I wish I could remember who. Page of Cups to the Queen of Cups. There you are. And just like that, I'm so sorry, guys. I wipe in between messages. I wish I could tell you who had something similar, except I think it was the Empress. I want to say it was one of the Earth signs, maybe Capricorn. It says, no thanks, new only. I keep my heart open for me, and I've had some radical insight about these things, so new only. I'm not going back to whatever that is, or I won't be accepting that, and I understand these things to be true about myself. You're saying I learned some things the hard way, and I can tell the difference between a good offer and a bad offer now. And as far as the offer I'm looking at, it doesn't fulfill the heart, because I know it's coming from an empty one. And it's not that it's completely empty, that's not true, it's just... But they also don't know what their feelings are either, so it's as good as empty. You know? It's like skimming the surface of feelings, Seven of Cups is. So again, it's a gift without substance. It's like they're trying to get your attention, or... I don't know. In other words, it don't amount to dick. And you're just telling me I know the difference between a good offer and a bad one. Yours is a bad egg. So... Very interesting. What I want you to take away from this, though, is that the Scorpio I'm looking at, you've gotten back into a very good place post-recovery. Good job. I want you to continue. This is where you're going to be tested, baby. That manifestation. I want to feel good about me again, confident about me again, okay? But with caution. You know, just because I'm an emotional and passionate being doesn't mean I'm a sucker. I know the difference between a good offer and a bad offer, and I will never put my good heart into poor work ever again. Poor work meaning even though it was good work from your point of view, it wasn't well received. Okay? Okay, the wheel, endings as well as beginnings. Yes, I see that we have closed one off and we're opening back up to ourselves. Okay? All right, the scarab, that's what I'm saying. Nourish yourself first and foremost. You're in a stage of transformation. The scarab beetle. Very good. And then magic, curse, witch. Some of you might lean into the spiritual arts, such as myself. I have been labeled a witch, even though I don't identify as one, but you understand what I'm saying. Someone who honors the concept of spirituality, development, the stuff that's not easily understood or explained. Okay? That's not really a witch. It's just someone who's a little bit more in touch with the current that can't be explained through data or religion. It's a spiritual energy. You either feel it or you don't. And some of you feel like you're in tune with this. Someone might be describing you as a witch, that you have some sort of magical powers over them and they can't help themselves. If that was true, they wouldn't be showing me a 7 of Cups over this cheap-ass gift. Whatever that is. But I don't really care. The thing is that they're telling me that you know better, that you're supposed to be more spiritually in tune than that whatever is around you. Okay. So it's looking like you are getting there. And just kind of keep that in mind, that something's coming up for you relatively soon in regards to a lesson that you should have learned by now about do not accept empty offers just because it looks shiny on the surface. Okay? You know? See, I called it. Okay? I fucking called it, and I didn't mean to, but I did. What did I say? Rewind that shit. I said this might come in the form of an apology. But if they don't know where it's coming from, then it's an empty apology. This is saying I'm sorry for the sake of it. It's kind of like saying, here, I don't really mean it, but here. So there's an apology, and I'm all for apologies and forgiveness, but if there's no feeling behind it, no lessons learned, there's no depth to that apology. This is what I learned. This is where I fucked up. I see that now. I'm sorry. If it's anything less than that, then it's empty. It's just saying apology to get an apology to be forgiven. And you got to know the difference between a real heartfelt apology and somebody who's just like, is this what you want? Are we cool now? Big difference. Third party interference. Poor insight, poor judgment, influence. Third party isn't always third party. Sometimes it's somebody who is very weak-minded and they believed that perhaps the worst things about you are true, or that you're just too weird, and there was poor judgment. So third party is like somebody, it's not just that energy, guys. It's anybody who's an outside person between two people who is influencing the other person. So it's like, hey man, I don't know about that Scorpio. They seem weird. They seem like they're weird, or they're too out there. I don't know, man. That believing all the worst things instead of thinking for themselves or feeling for themselves. So they'll believe everyone except for what they're should be holding themselves responsible for. That's what it feels like. It looks like a case of bad rumors and somebody who has a very weak mind or spirit and they're easily influenced instead of thinking or feeling for themselves. That's what it feels like to me. They should have listened to themselves, you know, and about what you were offering, which was real and legit, and what they weren't offering, instead of like, man, I don't know about that Scorpio. That seems really weird. Should you be involved with that? Should you even be talking to them? You see what I'm saying? Something like that. It's the third-party influence. I feel like it's in terms of whispers. What's being said. That's what it feels like. Okay. Scorpio, honey, that's enough. It's a very loud declaration for you in the future. I know the difference between a good offer and a bad offer, and I know what I will open my heart to, and I know what I won't. And there will be no renewal in this. I learned my lesson, and I learned it from you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry you were so weak-minded you couldn't think and act for yourself. Because if you were smart, you would have been paying attention to the real work I was putting into this. And then you should have responded likewise, but you didn't. You don't even know what the hell you're offering, do you? Bye. Too little too late. And so it is. It's not your fault. You've done a beautiful job recovering, so don't forget that. I was wondering where the hell that witch came from. It's interesting because the energy hit different. Typically, I associate that with the spiritual arts and being in tune with the softer energies, the moon energies, right? But then it came across as negative. It kept hearing it like an insult. They're a witch. That's a witch. She's a witch. That person's a witch. They're a witch. They're a witch. Ah, they do tarot. They're a witch. Blunt, stupid, idiotic, chaotic, antiquated thinking. Oh, they're different. They must be a witch. They must be the devil. They must be worshiping the devil. All that crap. You know what I'm saying? God forbid you be a little different in this world. You are definitely ostracized for it. I know. But yeah, that's what it feels like, whispers. And that person was so dull or stupid that they're like, oh, never mind what I actually feel about Scorpio and the work that they're offering. I'm going to listen to those whispers. So that tells me they have a weak mind. Do you really want anyone who can't think for themselves? The answer is no. You're too strong-willed for that, and that's something they need to learn on their own, okay? It's too little too late, I'm sorry. At least your reaction. I don't dictate shit, okay? Neither do the cards. But the Scorpio I'm looking at says, I know the difference between a real offer and a bad one, and you had your chance, you blew it. Okay, that's enough of that. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.